Dear viewers, sometime back we had done a video on the urgency to link your PAN card and Aadhar card before 31st of March. But in this process, a lot of people ran into problems and they were not able to link Aadhar and PAN card. As a consequence of this, the government has extended the deadline to 30th of June to finish with this linking of Aadhar and PAN. We are flooded with so many enquiries or so many problems faced by the individuals and NRIs abroad, because of which they are not able to link Aadhar and PAN card. In this episode, I am going to talk to my expert of the week, Chartered Accountant Sriram Rao, to explain to you what could be the problems behind this and how people can solve this particular issue. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Dear viewers, to talk about the problems faced by different people in linking Aadhar and PAN card, I have requested my eminent faculty, Chartered Accountant Sriram Rao, to help us in this process. Sriram Rao needs no introduction. Countless videos done by him has gone viral, and today he is a household name in the NRI community. He is a partner at Nitin J. Shetty & Co., a person who practices direct taxation, international taxation, a person who helps people sort out their taxing related issues. Welcome to the show, Mr. Sriram Rao.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Sriram Rao, I am flooded with countless queries, problems faced by people in linking Aadhar and PAN card. Last time you did a video on how to link and Aadhar. Why people are having this particular problem? Is it possible that we can summarize today and find out what exactly is the problem faced by these people and how we can solve this particular problem? It's over to you. Please explain the process in simple terms to start with, and then what can go wrong in this.
As far as linking of PAN and Aadhar is, the process is very simple. The process goes like this. One need to just log into www.incometax.gov.in, click on the link Aadhar. After that you will see two boxes, put in PAN and Aadhar and validate it. At that time, if your Aadhar and PAN is already linked, it will show that it's already linked. If it is not linked, it will prompt you for payment of 1000 rupee late fees. So while paying this 1000 rupee late fee, one has to be mindful that they pay as other receipt. The code for that, there is a code that is 500, okay? And the entire 1000 rupee late fee has to be paid in one challan. And since we are in a financial year 23-24, at this point of time, the assessment year which needs to be selected is assessment year 24-25. So once you pay this challan through your net banking, debit card, credit card, or whatever the mode from which you make the payment, you will generate a challan. This challan may take maximum 1 or 2 days to get updated in the back end against your PAN. So once you pay the challan, come on the next day and again try to link the PAN and Aadhar. If the challan is already been reflected at the back end against your PAN, then automatically the linkage will happen and it will prompt the challan. Just click on OK and confirm it, then move ahead. While going ahead, there will be an mobile number to be entered into. This mobile number requires to be an Indian mobile number only. This cannot be a foreign mobile number, but this can be any mobile number, even though such mobile number has not been given for the purpose of Aadhar. So to this mobile number, one OTP will come. That OTP has to be entered there along with PAN and Aadhar, and also there will be a couple of check box. Say whether the Aadhar is having only year of birth and you are acknowledging the linkage of PAN and Aadhar from your side. So you need to click on those as per the details what is available with you and just click confirm for linking. So once you click confirm for linking, then automatically a OTP will be generated. OTP has to be again put, then again confirm it. That's it. After that, come back after a day and verify your Aadhar and PAN would normally get linked. However, while in this process of linking of the Aadhaar and PAN, some people might face issues. They face issues because of maybe 4 or 5 reasons. For example, there can be name mismatch, there can be gender mismatch, there can be date of birth mismatch, or there can be a possibility that the person might have been allotted more than one PAN, that is dual PAN or multiple PANs, or there can be certain geographical issues which are popping up, due to which you are not able to link this Aadhaar and PAN. So to summarize, this is the entire process of Aadhaar and PAN linking, and if somebody is facing, this could be the maximum issues or 4 or 5 types of issues one could face, not more than that. There cannot be any other issues which they may face.
So going by your version, so whatever could be the reasons what you encounter while linking Aadhaar and PAN, 5 prominent reasons appear to be the cause behind this. One could be your name mismatch, the date of birth mismatch, you could be having a dual PAN, and you could be facing geographical issues, and the other thing could be the gender mismatch. Under these conditions, your PAN and Aadhaar may not link, and you might be experiencing difficulties. Now let us look at one by one heading and see how people can solve this and will be able to link this Aadhaar and PAN within this stipulated date of end of June now. First issue, the major issue is the name mismatch. We don't have a standardized naming protocol. Somebody has the family name first, or they have put it in the middle. Some people have put their father's name in the middle. Bank has one type of nomenclature in the account. Passport shows one way, a PAN card shows another way, Aadhaar card shows another way. In some cases, the spellings are not there. One A could be missing, one alphabet could be missing there, something like that. And because of it, it is not matching. Now tell me, how does at the back end the system matches it, and what is that one should be conscious about, and if there were to be a mismatch, how we can set it right now?
Okay, now one needs to be very careful while looking into the name. So as per Aadhaar, there can be only one name which shows on the face of the Aadhaar, but when it comes to PAN, there is something called as display name. That display name can be anything, like somebody might call you as even though your full name is say Maninder Singh or something like that, somebody may call you Monty. Okay. So you can put that Monty as your display name also, but as per Aadhaar it will be Maninder Singh only. I'm just giving an example. So in this scenario, one need not look into what is the display name as per PAN for matching purposes. They should see what is the name which is there in the back end in the PAN database. So to verify that, one need to register their PAN in the income tax portal. Once you register your PAN in the income tax portal, automatically in your profile, the entire name how you have given at the time of applying, or it might also be the case that you might have given it correctly, but the person who is processing your PAN application, he might have made some mistakes. So whatever the case may be, whether your mistake or somebody else's mistake, there might be a possibility that there is some error in your name. The errors in the name can be something like this. There can be spelling mistakes. Say my name, Sriram Vasudev Rao. This is the full name, first name, middle name, and the surname or the last name, what we can say. So my first name is SRIRAM as per all the records. But while providing it to the PAN authorities long back, I might have given SHRIRAM. So there is one extra H in between. But as per Aadhaar, if it is Sriram, SRIRAM, this itself does not match. That is why the entire PAN linking process cannot happen. So there can be multiple ways of mistakes. If there is a small spelling mistake, then it is one issue. There can also be a possibility that the first name, middle name and the last name can be interchanged. Say Rao Vasudev Sriram or Rao Sriram Vasudev. Something like that might have been at the back end of PAN database. there can also be an issue that Sriram Vasudev can be one name without any space in between at the back end. Maybe those kind of things. So this is a space. There is no space. There was requirement of space. There is no space. Or say in some names like De Costa or De Silva. So some people put apostrophe S, D apostrophe S Silva, like that. So as per Aadhar, there is no apostrophe. But when it comes to PAN database, there might be apostrophe. So that one apostrophe given also can create a mismatch. Okay, under all these scenarios, there is a very much possibility. Definitely it is not going to link the Aadhar and PAN. Okay, so this can be other way around also. In PAN everything is right, but in Aadhar what happens is it accepts initials. For example, Sriram Vasudev Rao, I might give it for Aadhar purpose Sriram Veera. It accepts. But when it comes to PAN, it is always Sriram Vasudev Rao. It requires the full name in all the first name, middle name and last name. It will not accept the initials. So because of this also there is a possibility that there is a mismatch. So all these things has to be set right. So while setting this right, we need to verify and have one proper document. So normally a person will have something like Aadhar, PAN, driver's license and passport, or if some OCIs are there, they might have OCI card. So normally the passport or the OCI card, they are the two documents which are very difficult for modification as such. So if the names as per those are proper, then take it as a base and make corrections or amendments either in PAN or Aadhar or both, as the case may be. So this is how you need to set it right and see where is the problem and how to solve it. And again, while solving this issue, the name mismatch as per Aadhar, for Aadhar correction one needs to come to India and then go to some Aadhar centers in India and do it. Whereas for PAN, they can apply for PAN correction online as well as offline through some professionals, or they can make applications, they can courier it as well. So there are a couple of ways of doing this. So this is how the name mismatch, and this would be the probable solution for that.
Okay, to summarize, to make it in a short version, I would say that first decide what is the right way to pronounce your name in full expanded form. What's your first name, middle name and the family name. All your documents should reflect it in a similar way. Spelling should match, the sequence should match, and everything should match exactly with all records. Find out which record has this correct version of the name that you should have, because you are doing a rectification now. For rest of your life it should settle the issue once for all. Let's say if you have an OCI card or a passport which correctly shows your name, take that as the basic document. And if you have to rectify Aadhar, the only way you can rectify that is when you are in India. If you are abroad, you can't do that when you are there. So during your next visit to India, try and rectify the name in Aadhar card. But PAN, you can rectify when you are abroad as well. At least to that extent, all documents can be synchronized with respect to the way the name is spelled there. Then if your bank account also has a different way of presenting, use this document, talk to your bankers, go through their process and set right the name mismatch which has occurred in that, so that that problem will get resolved. At this point of time, the government has also told that NRIs, it's not a must to link Aadhar and PAN, but if you have a Aadhar and PAN, it is better you get linked at the earliest whenever the next opportunity presents itself. But you have this problem of mismatch because it is mentioned differently in Aadhar and PAN, then you need to wait till you come back to India. Is this my assessment correct, Mr. Sriram?
Yes. If you have an NRI or OCI, whoever it is, if they have Aadhar, then definitely they need to link the Aadhar with PAN. That is always better. So there is some issues. Say for example, some people think that the notification says if I am an NRI or OCI, I need not link Aadhar and PAN at all. It is not mandate. No, it is not like that. If you have Aadhar, then it is mandate to link. If you are not having Aadhar, then it is mandate to link only when you obtain an Aadhar or when you are required to obtain an Aadhar. Otherwise, it is not mandate to link.
Two other major reasons we discussed are gender mismatch and dates of birth mismatch. Maybe during the good old days, people used to write and they write something and the data entry errors could have crept in, or maybe people have a exact date of birth, the school records or official records say something else. Somewhere you would have recorded one birth date and in another document you have recorded one another birth date. Now, how to rectify data mistakes with respect to genders or whatever it is, and the date of birth which is not tallying with each other, Aadhar and PAN. How to do that?
See, gender mismatch normally can occur only if there is a mistake done manually. So it's a very clerical mistake, I would say. But when it comes to date of birth, there is a possibility that, for different reasons, at different point in time, some might have given wrong date of birth to get some benefit at that point in time, whatever it may be. It was happening in earlier days, like 20 years, 25 years back, it was happening. But last 20 years, none of those cases we came to know. But yeah, it was happening. So in those cases, yeah, again one need to have some base document, whether passport or Aadhar or PAN, which is having a correct date of birth. The same has to be taken as a base and amended across at all identity cards. So the process is same. The updation or amendments or correction in the PAN application is the same. So even for gender mismatch also, if it is Aadhar, then they have to go to Aadhar center for making correction if there is a requirement for correction in the Aadhar card. Because in Aadhar card, what used to happen is, earlier one need to provide only date of year of birth. There was no requirement for providing the date of birth also. That was the case when the Aadhar was issued at the beginning, the first year or so. So because of that also there is a possibility of mismatch. Of course, this has been set right in the system. While linking, it is asking a checkbox to tick if your Aadhar is having only year of birth. So for this purpose, if your year of birth as per PAN and Aadhar is same, then you need not go for amendment in the Aadhar. You can just click there as yes, I am having only year of birth in my Aadhar. So it will process and get linked. But if other than that, if there is a date mismatch, etc., then one definitely have to go and make corrections wherever it is required, either in Aadhar or PAN or both.
So the process is one and the same. If there is a mismatch, if you don't find a mismatch, check through for differences in other data entry, like as I said, gender or dates of birth. Find out which is the right date of birth that should be reflected across all documents, and get one document which is acceptable, which says this is your date of birth. Use that as the source document to prove that this is your date of birth, and get it rectified across all documents. It's just not getting restricted to Aadhar and PAN only today, but wherever else you need to do it, it's better you get that thing done everywhere else. Mr. Shriram, one major issue, of course, the number of people who might get affected because of this could be lesser, is cases where people have got multiple PAN. Somebody would have got multiple PAN numbers with an ulterior motives, or it could have happened because of somebody didn't know whether my father has done a PAN card or not, whether I've done it or not, whether I've misplaced. Reasons could be many. And if you have got multiple PANs, and because of this it is not linking, how to resolve that particular issue now?
This is actually a little bit trickier issue. It should not have happened that one person gets a multiple PAN. PAN is one and once for life. Once you obtain, whether you change your citizenship, residential status, whatever it may be, it is once for life. You cannot change that PAN. So if one has got allotted themselves with more than one PAN, then there is a possibility that because of that factor there is a problem in Aadhar and PAN linking. It might be the case that you might have got allotted one PAN. You're going for correction of the PAN. Instead of correction application, you might have given a fresh application along with Aadhar card. as a proof of birth or whatever it is. So at that time, the second PAN which got processed, you will get a new PAN with the Aadhar which already got linked, but you are actually using the old PAN for all the purpose, all these years. So this is a very difficult situation to come out. So one need to file again a PAN correction application. In that you have to mention the Aadhar as well as provide the proof of Aadhar and ask for cancellation of this PAN. At that time, multiple verifications can happen in your case, and if it is found that genuinely you have done this mistake, then there will not be any penal action. Otherwise, there is a possibility of penal action up to rupees 10,000 for having multiple PANs. So, for correction of this dual PAN or multiple PAN issue, one need to file a correction application. Okay, PAN correction application, wherein the PAN which you are using regularly, that needs to be corrected, and in the PAN correction application itself there is something called a serial number 11. In that, the second or the multiple PANs what you are having, all those you have to mention for cancellation purpose. At the same time, you also have to write to your jurisdictional assessing officer saying that I have been allotted multiple PANs, so the latter PANs which you have been allotted, that needs to be surrendered by me. So that also that work also has to be done from your end. So at any case, if any second PAN or third PAN has been allotted, don't use those. Okay, if immediately once you receive those fresh PANs with the different number than what you already had, please take necessary action for surrender of those. Don't use those at all.
Right. The other issues what people might encounter could be because of they live in different geographies, different countries, whether such a reason could be a possible source for not able to link Aadhar and PAN card?
This is possible because sometimes what would happen is the person who is living in some countries, there our income tax portal may not get opened at all. It might happen that that browser or that website is prohibited from browsing in their country as such. So, or it might also happen that income tax website can be opened, but the back end process happens in the Aadhar website. So that website is blocked there. So because of that blockage, so there is a possibility that this process cannot happen smoothly. So this is a geographical issue. In some countries there is a possibility of getting these kind of issues. So for those people, the best advice would be that take help of some people or friends or family in India. They can link the Aadhar and PAN for you, or take help of some professional chartered accountants or any professionals who are providing these services, who will be able to link the Aadhar and PAN on behalf of you. So this could be the possible solution in those cases.
Right. In these two documents, there can be other details such as, for example, address mismatch, or it could be father's name. Again, the same mismatch in names of individual name, father's name. Are there these additional data which are seen in these two documents could be a source of problem while linking the Aadhar and PAN card?
See, while linking the Aadhar and PAN card, it validates 3 items. One is their name, second is their gender, third is their date of birth. So these are the 3 major items which the Aadhar PAN linking process validates. So apart from that, there are possibility of mismatch in address or mismatch in father's name, etc. They are not a concern at all. So for the purpose of linking Aadhar and PAN,
but those fields are not matched.
Yes, so it doesn't make any difference for the purpose of linking an Aadhar and PAN. But when it comes to setting right or standardizing your documentation, then it is always better to make all these corrections in all the documents properly. In PAN, Aadhar, passport, driver's license, whatever other documents are there, all should reflect the same name, same date of birth, same father's name, same address. It is always advisable to make all these corrections.
Right. Mr. Sriram, thanks for this information. Now we said that if the Aadhar has to be rectified, you have only one way. You do it when you are in India, walk into an Aadhar Seva center, give your fingerprints, identify that it's you, and go through with whatever the rectification that needs to be done. There is no way you can do it when you are abroad. But with respect to PAN, that is where the problem is. Can they do it from outside of India, or by going online? Is it possible to change the sequence or mistakes to be corrected in PAN? If yes, can you give me the process how to do it?
Online PAN correction or even the PAN application rather can be done. Okay, it is possible now. So the website link is provided in the description. Through that website, one can go for PAN correction or PAN application, fresh PAN application. But the issue is, if you are processing your PAN application through digital signature certificate, DSC, then there is no requirement for sending all these hard copies of the supporting documentation to the authorities back in India. However, if you are not using the digital signature but using some other mode of verification of this online application, then it is mandatory for you to send all these supporting documents to the authorities back in India. The address is also given in that website to which the supporting document has to be sent. So this is the process of PAN correction or the fresh PAN application. It is very simple. You can do it on your own. However, certain things may get stuck while applying for this PAN correction or PAN application. At that point of time, it might become difficult for you being outside of India to handle all those situations. Say for example, if you have applied as a non-resident earlier, but now you are a OCI, you want to update your citizenship in the PAN. So directly by doing this online application, it may not be possible. There are some obstructions as on date for processing these kind of applications. So this is advisable that you apply through a manual process. There is a manual application. There are PAN collection centers across India. So anywhere you can, if you are in India, you can do it on your own by going to any PAN collection centers, or if you are abroad, takes help of some friends or family or even tax professional who provide these services of PAN correction for you. You might have to send all these documents courier to that person back in India, and they will process your application and submit to the PAN collection center. There the PAN process for correction will happen through them.
Mr. Sriram, thank you very much for helping my audience to identify the problems that could be the reason for non-linking of Aadhar and PAN card. To the extent possible, you could be living outside of India. If it is just a question of change in the PAN card correction, which you can do it online with the help of some professional friends, relatives, get it done, sort it out. If Aadhar is the problem, then the only way you can do it is during your next visit, please do come to India, prioritize, have it on your to-do list, correct this, and then you link your Aadhar and PAN card. Thank you very much for your time, Sriram. We remain in gratitude to you for your kindness to bring all these details for the benefit of my audience. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Dear viewers, I hope the video that we have done today helped you to understand what could be the reasons behind your inability to not link Aadhar and PAN card whenever you attempt to do so. If it did help you to identify the problem areas, do like this video. If you are a person who is watching my channel for the first time, or if you are yet to subscribe for the channel, do hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Don't forget to share this video with your near and dear ones and the friends and relatives. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Expert Speak. This Tuesday, I shall be back with you with yet another useful topic with yet another expert next Tuesday. Till then, stay safe.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.